Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I have filmed for you how to remove that driver's door panel on this cute 2003 Toyota Camry LE. I also filmed a different video for you. You will see it on this channel. Details about this failed driver's door window regulator. So we will have all that posted on Toyota Maintenance. In both videos I mentioned to you that this vehicle came with problem. The secondary problem was that none of the windows will work. So you can guess or you can make assumption that that window regulator, which is right here, failing, creating problem. There was also what I shown, this positive plus wire was completely ripped. The insulation was damaged because it was inside there. So that was ripped by that regulator failing and cutting it. So you know there's problem with wiring. Hopefully, you hope that that problem worked as the vehicle is designed, and when the problem appeared it blew a fuse. So what do? A very convenient fuse box is here in the engine bay. You see how beautiful? Here you have written all that info, what these fuses and relays, what circuit they are related to. So you go through it, you can either visually inspect the certain type which you can see, the other ones you can pull them, or use your multimeter right here and you can check the resistance. If you have a open there, it's a problem and the fuse is bad. If it shows 0, that means these two contacts on the fuse are connected, the fuse is good and you can move on. On this vehicle I was not lucky, or I was lucky, that depends. Well, what do you think about it? So all the fuses were good here. I will say I was not lucky. I had to continue the diagnosis. That was the part. I cannot just replace the regulator and then give the car back and say, hey, well, I'm not sure where the problem is. So let's go look further. And that brings us together to only other existing fuse box in this vehicle. It has two. This is the secondary, which is right here. Hopefully I show it to you correctly. And again, all the small fuses, you can either pull them with your needle nose pliers and visually check them, see if they are burnt. It will be really visible. Or you can use the voltmeter and see there is no resistance. There are 3 more fuses on the bottom. Are you paying attention to those? And these are the ones which you can see through. It has that plastic, and you can see clearly immediately without pulling them. You can see that if they are burnt, it will be clearly visible. So I checked all of it, yet no luck with the power windows. All power windows on entire vehicle are not moving. So now you start thinking, okay, is this switch bad? Shall I blame this part? But to replace that, that will be expensive. How come all 4 switches are bad? This is actually part, the lock is part of that entire assembly and it works perfectly. So I will recommend you back to the fuses. And now the time is running and you are getting behind and you are starting wasting time. So I'm not going charge customer and call, hey, I need another hour of diagnosis, and oh, I still didn't find it, I need another hour. No, no, no. It needs to go, it needs to go. So one way to speed it up is you hope you have a wiring diagram or repair manual, or, believe it or not, this little thing which was in the glove box can save a lot of time. I will show you how. Let's go and open it together and see how this will help us to go through this diagnosis faster. Do you see the fuse boxes right here? That's the one in engine bay. This is just ABS, forget about it. And this is the one which is under the dashboard. So you need to start reading through that and highlight or just remember which fuses actually are connected to those power windows. After you will highlight all of it, you can start making sense of it. And look, for example, 61 power number 1, 30 amps. It does driver's door lock system, but also driver's power window. Where is the 61 located? It's actually right here. It was on the bottom. Let's see if I put the key in the ignition. I should have all the windows flying up and down. This just keeps clicking, doing nothing. Not only that, you will say, okay, it's the master. Well, you have to check these things, correct? You have to make sure those are also completely dead. So let's go look. I will switch off the ignition off again. We will put here the camcorder for you. You will grab a nice needle nose, and this fuse looks perfect. There's nothing burned. You can see it, and that's why it might be confusing or misleading. After a while, I got another pliers, and here we go. We will go together and inspect this fuse, which looks absolutely perfect visually. But there was already clue when I got it out and I was walking to my voltmeter. Listen to this. There is a problem, definitely something's broken inside. And when I finally got here, put my multimeter to the ohms, which is resistance, you always check that it's working. You touch the probes and it shows zeros. And I finally got this fuse out, and as I said, it was showing perfectly. Look, it keeps saying the circuit is open. It's not moving to the zeros. It's the one with the noise. When you put the good one here and you touch those contacts, it needs to go to the zeros, which you will see right now. Do you see that? It's immediately going to zeros. Also, this one doesn't rattle. So that was deceiving because that wire wasn't burned. It was looking perfect. So let's go together to put a good one, which we just find out it's not rattling and it still has continuity. Let's push it nicely in. Pump, so you can see it. They are back there. Let's put the ignition on and see if we have any difference. Obviously my window regulator is missing, so that will do nothing, but what's about the others? Oh, you heard it already, huh? Look at it. So I don't know why they don't go nicely up. Might be the switches might be worn or I don't know what, but suddenly it's working. And now How do you check if it's a main switch or if it's the switch, if it's the window? Well, it's very easy. Let's go check how works the other switch. Alright, right here. Right, so there is still something wrong slightly with that main switch. You see, our fuse, it was a main 30 amp. It was looking perfect, it was not burnt, but it failed internally right there in the middle, and actually played a little game with me. I'm not very happy that I wasted so much time on such a small problem like a blown fuse, but as you can see, this was a tricky situation, and I'm very happy that it's finally fixed. So that was a little sample for you. If this ever happens to you and you are only looking visually because there is no access or very bad access, do yourself a favor and check everything with that multimeter. Extremely important, because we find out this fuse, hear that? It's actually bad. I better throw it in the garbage immediately, and that I don't put it back in my toolbox and try to use it in the future. I hope this was entertaining for you. You maybe learned something, and be subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, my friend.